Hey everyone! Welcome to our pop culture time machine where we set the destination to once again visit the 1990s and take another look at 10 more fads from the 1990s. A lot of you left comments for the first 90s fads video that reminded us of even more fads that were around back then. In this video, we're going to fad out again and take a look back at some of those fun trends from that decade that gave us the birth of the internet for the masses, boy bands, girl groups, Kurt Cobain, and even Pauly Shore. Let's get started. Pogs. Who knew a bunch of thick cardboard circles with cool designs would blow up in the 1990s? It was one of those playground games that hit hard and died fast. The origin of the game can be dated back to early 1920s Hawaii, where kids used to play a similar game using milk caps from a popular juice company, Haleakala Dairy, that used these main ingredients in their juice: pomegranate, oranges, and can you guess it? Guava. While this may have been the place where the game got its name, the actual title Pog is owned by the World Pog Federation. Sadly, Pog's popularity took a turn by 1997 and fell out of favor with kids, due mostly to the game being banned in schools for being disruptive and associated with gambling. Big Mouth Billy Bass. This classic fish may be the only game trophy you own, probably gathering dust in your basement, shed, or cottage, even as you're watching this. It was originally developed with a motion sensor in order to ironically startle passersby as it sang songs like "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Originally released at the end of the decade on January 1st, 1999, our good friend has happily been a pop culture gag in the past 2 decades and featured on The Sopranos, The Simpsons, and even the video game Fortnite. Not to mention that Billy also occupied wall space next to George Bush in the Oval Office, and the Queen at Balmoral Castle. Billy is still available for sale today, and there are many different variants of the singing animatron, with sales being consistently strong over the years. Al Green, who wrote "Take Me to the River," one of the songs in the Fish's repertoire, says that he has received more royalties from licensing the song to the Fish than from any other source. Grunge culture. "Ma, I'm leaving the farm and I'm moving to Seattle, and there ain't nothing you can do about it," is what Billy might have said to his ma as he lit out for Seattle on that fateful night in the early 1990s. Little did young ex-farmer Billy know that his plaid flannel shirt, ripped jeans, and work boots would be such a sensation. Maybe he didn't give the grunge bands the idea, but bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden definitely would have approved of Billy's look. Their style was slightly different than that of the farmer, but with a much harder edge. This grunge look also sported either combat boots, high-top sneakers, or Doc Martens to go with the ripped or stonewashed jeans, often with different colored flannel plaid shirts worn over top of band t-shirts. Popularized by many of the angsty bands at the time, it was quite a shock to many, but it emerged out of the 1990s fairly unscathed and is still seen today, unlike other music-inspired fashions of the 90s, like the nu metal look. More on that coming up. Starter jackets. In the 1990s, not only did we want to be like Mike, but we also wanted to dress like Mike, and for many, this included adding a Chicago Bulls starter jacket to their wardrobe. Starter's iconic S and star logo were found on more than just NBA jackets. At the height of their popularity, they also made uniforms for pro sports teams and could be found in over 25 countries. In the early 1990s, things were peachy for Starter, as they competed in the sports apparel segment against companies like Champion and Nike. Though by 1994, a downturn in sales forced the company to restructure. While they put up a good fight throughout the rest of the 90s, by 2004, Starter was bought out by Nike for $43 million. The jackets aren't really being manufactured today, but don't worry, there's no shortage of vintage starter jackets for sale online in case you accidentally donated yours years ago. The Super Soaker. Ah, summertime. That magical time of year when you can kick back by the pool, have a nice glass of cool lemonade, and listen to the beautiful sounds of kids screaming that their sibling shot them in the face with a water gun. The good old days when the slogan, "Wetter is better," governed the world of backyard play. The Super Soaker, one of the favorite summer toys since the 1990s, was designed by a NASA engineer. Lonnie Johnson originally had the idea in 1982, but it wasn't manufactured until 1989 with the release of the Power Drencher by the Laramie Toy Company. In 1991, the toy achieved commercial success and was rebranded as the Super Soaker and eventually surpassed $1 billion in sales. And what of Lonnie Johnson? Yeah, he's still inventing things, to put it lightly. He currently has over 100 patents and runs his own company, Johnson Research and Development. JNCO Jeans. JNCO stands for Judge None, Choose One, and was a clothing company that was founded in 1985. It wasn't until the 1990s that JNCO gained popularity when they released their ultra-wide straight-legged denim jeans with the pockets that could fit a 2-liter bottle of Faygo soda in them. Not exactly parachute pants, but these jeans hit the metal scene in the 90s, coinciding with the rise and fall of the nu metal trend. You could find these jeans in chain stores like Kohl's and JCPenney. At the height of its success in 1998, JNCO did $187 million in sales, though sales fell by 50% the following year. Around the same time, baggy jeans were also making the scene, although that was more heavily popularized in hip-hop and rap music, with those genres also influencing the nu metal trend. Tickle Me Elmo. Elmo, one of North America's most popular children's show characters, reached superstardom in 1996 when Tickle Me Elmo was released. The toy created a craze that would go down as one of the most extreme shopping frenzy phenomena of the 1990s. Originally released in July of 1996, the toy remains safely tucked away on store shelves until Thanksgiving. A surprise plug on Rosie O'Donnell's talk show did more than just light the fire. Rosie unknowingly set off a cataclysmic chain reaction of events that would lead to the great Elmo mania of '96. Maybe not that insane, but stores did sell out rapidly, and there were reports of shopper violence in stores across North America. While the toy itself sold for around $30 retail, many original buyers scalped their Tickle Me Elmos for upwards of $1,000. Some Walmart employees working late at night report that they can still hear Elmo's maniacal laughs, probably because it's still on sale today. George Foreman Grill. The George Foreman Lean Mean Fat Reducing Machine, released in 1994, has sold over 100 million units. George Foreman, the two-time world heavyweight champion, became the spokesman for the grill after his comeback to the world of professional boxing in 1994, winning the title once again, at age 46. He claimed that his success was due largely in part to his healthy eating, and that the Sultan Company, who markets the grill, knew they had found their spokesperson. In the infomercial, Foreman's tagline, "It's so good I put my name on it," reigns true when he made more money through his grill endorsement than he ever did in his boxing career. The clamshell-shaped grill that has the ability to cook a steak without needing to flip it boasts the ability to knock the fat out. Along with Jackie Chan, George Foreman also co-endorses another line of grills marketed by the Sultan Company for markets in Asia. Nickelodeon. One of the most popular media trends of the 1990s among children was the Nickelodeon network. Their Double Dare game show is what truly put Nickelodeon on the map. Originally airing in 1987, the game show's primary feature was Gak Slime, a synthetic, sticky, and goopy slime often colored in vibrant yellow, orange, or green, and was featured as part of the show's challenges. Competitors would go head-to-head in a combination of physical challenges, obstacle courses, featuring slime of course, and trivia. The winner, or winners, in Family Double Dare took home cold hard cash and slime in their pockets and hair. Through Double Dare's popularity by 1990, the first Nickelodeon theme park attraction opened up at Universal Studios Florida, named Nickelodeon Studios. Later in that decade, other Nick attractions began popping up at different amusement parks across the country, all which featured, you guessed it, slime. TalkBoy voice recorder. This was a fun fad toy that didn't actually start out as a real product, but as a prop in the movie Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. The producers of the movie contracted Tiger Electronics to build the device as a one-off prop and eventually licensed the rights to Tiger to produce the cassette recorder and player as an actual toy. Tiger had the TalkBoy on retailer shelves by the 1992 holiday season, but sales were disappointing. Following the release of Home Alone 2 on home video in July of 1993, interest in the toy grew exponentially. For the 1993 holiday shopping season, retailers had underestimated demand and only ordered about 25% of the volumes that the market would eventually demand, making the deluxe TalkBoy one of the most highly sought-after toys during that 1993 holiday shopping season. We hope you enjoyed this nostalgic look back at these memorable or perhaps forgettable fads from the 1990s. These may have only stuck around for a while, but while they were here, they were the fun in thing that were oh so cool for a brief moment. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite or not so favorite fads were from this video, or some that might not have appeared on here. We will definitely be working on a follow-up video to this one, where we once again visit the 1990s and the awesome fads and trends from that decade.